Breaking news out of New York tonight. What was supposed to be a joyful sightseeing trip to Niagara Falls has turned into an unimaginable tragedy. A tour bus carrying more than 50 passengers overturned on Interstate 90 near Pembroke, New York, leaving multiple people dead and dozens injured. Eyewitnesses describe a chaotic and heartbreaking scene with shattered glass, belongings scattered across the roadway, and first responders working frantically to rescue survivors. Authorities confirm that at least one child is among the fatalities, and hospitals across western New York have been flooded with patients. This devastating accident has not only shocked the local community, but also grabbed nationwide attention as families desperately await updates about their loved ones. According to New York State Police, the bus was traveling eastbound, returning to New York City after a visit to Niagara Falls when it suddenly lost control. Investigators say the vehicle veered into the median, overcorrected, and ultimately rolled into a ditch along the side of the highway. The accident happened at full highway speed, which made the impact and injuries even more severe. While some early reports suggested another vehicle may have been involved, state police have clarified that the bus appears to have been the only vehicle in the crash. Still, the investigation is ongoing, and federal safety teams have been dispatched to determine the exact cause. The bus was carrying 52 people, including the driver. Troopers confirmed that most of the passengers were tourists visiting from overseas, primarily from India, China, and the Philippines. Translators had to be brought to the crash site to help first responders communicate with survivors and gather critical information. Authorities say the driver survived and is cooperating with investigators. One major concern raised by police is that many of the passengers were not wearing seatbelts, which tragically contributed to several people being ejected from the bus during the rollover. Hospitals across western New York are now caring for dozens of crash victims. Erie County Medical Center, a level 1 trauma hospital in Buffalo, reported receiving 24 patients, with 2 in surgery and 2 in intensive care. Doctors there described the scene as one of the largest single-incident intakes of trauma patients they've ever handled. Other hospitals, including United Memorial Medical Center and the University of Rochester Medical Center, also confirmed they treated passengers from the crash, with conditions ranging from minor cuts and bruises to life-threatening injuries. Emergency medical flights were critical in transporting the injured quickly. Mercy Flight, a non-profit air ambulance service, confirmed that several helicopters were dispatched to the scene to transfer patients to hospitals across the region. Local fire departments, sheriff's deputies, and volunteer EMTs also responded, creating a massive emergency operation. Witnesses say traffic on the Thruway came to a standstill for hours as first responders worked to stabilize victims and clear the wreckage. The New York State Thruway Authority temporarily shut down both directions of traffic between exits 48A and 49 to allow crews space to work safely. New York Governor Kathy Hochul issued a statement shortly after the crash, calling it a tragic accident and confirming that her office was coordinating with state police and local officials. "My team is working closely with law enforcement and first responders to provide assistance to everyone involved," she said. Erie County Executive Mark Palankars also urged residents to avoid the crash area, emphasizing that emergency crews needed the roads clear to manage rescue operations. Leaders across the state are expressing condolences to the families of the victims as communities try to come to terms with the shocking loss of life. In the aftermath, the Hochul Community Blood Bank, which is part of the National Blood Emergency Readiness Coalition, has urged Americans, particularly those with type O blood, to donate. Supplies are being sent to hospitals treating crash victims. To encourage donations, HCBB announced a special initiative offering a $15 digital gift card to all successful type O donors between August 25th and August 30th. This is a reminder of how vital blood donations are during mass casualty events, when hospitals can see their supplies depleted in just hours. While investigators are still piecing together the details, early reports suggest the crash may have been caused by a combination of high-speed, driver response, and possible road conditions. Trooper James O'Callahan told reporters that the bus lost control, went into the median, overcorrected, and ended up in the ditch. Although the bus did not strike another vehicle, the sudden loss of control at highway speeds created a catastrophic situation. Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board are now examining the bus for any potential mechanical issues, including tire blowouts, brake problems, or steering malfunctions. Survivors of the crash described terrifying moments as the bus swerved and rolled over. Some passengers said they were thrown from their seats, while others clung to railings as the vehicle tipped on its side. The lack of seatbelts on many tour buses has once again sparked debate about passenger safety standards in the U.S. Although federal regulations require seatbelts on newly manufactured buses, many older vehicles on the road today still don't have them. Safety advocates argue that this crash highlights the urgent need to ensure all tour buses are equipped with seatbelts to prevent future tragedies. This is not the first time New York has seen deadly bus crashes involving tourist groups. Over the past decade, several incidents on state highways have resulted in fatalities, often linked to fatigue, weather conditions, or mechanical issues. Each new tragedy reignites calls for stricter oversight of tour bus companies and their safety practices. Investigators will be reviewing the company's operating history, driver training, and maintenance records to determine whether negligence played any role in this latest accident. For now, families of the victims are gathering in Western New York, anxiously awaiting updates on their loved ones. Many of the passengers were visiting the United States on vacation, making the tragedy even harder for relatives who may be thousands of miles away in their home countries. State officials are working with foreign consulates to provide support and help notify families overseas. Crisis counselors have also been deployed to hospitals to comfort survivors who are not only dealing with physical injuries, but also deep emotional trauma. The crash has also sparked discussion about how tourist destinations like Niagara Falls connect with broader transportation safety issues. Niagara Falls attracts millions of visitors each year, many of whom rely on buses and tour companies to make the trip from New York City. While the natural wonder itself remains breathtaking, the infrastructure that brings people there has faced challenges. For visitors, this tragedy is a sobering reminder that even routine travel can carry unexpected risks. Despite the heavy toll, stories of bravery have emerged. First responders described Good Samaritans pulling passengers from the wreckage before emergency crews arrived. Others used their own clothing to stop bleeding or comfort injured children. These moments of humanity amid tragedy highlight the resilience and compassion that often shine through during crises. Officials praised the rapid response of local fire departments and medical teams, crediting them with saving lives in the crucial minutes after the crash. As night fell, crews worked to upright the bus and clear the wreckage from the highway. Video footage showed tow trucks and heavy machinery on site as investigators carefully documented the scene. The Thruway has since reopened in at least one direction, but traffic delays are expected throughout the weekend as recovery efforts continue. Authorities say it may take weeks or even months before the full picture of what caused the crash is revealed. In the meantime, the focus remains on the victims and their families. This heartbreaking accident has left a lasting mark on communities in New York and beyond. Tonight, dozens of families are grieving. Hospitals remain crowded with survivors, and investigators are working tirelessly for answers. While officials will eventually determine the cause, nothing can undo the loss of life or the pain of those affected. For viewers, this is a powerful reminder to hold your loved ones close and never take a safe journey for granted. Our thoughts are with the victims, their families, and everyone impacted by this devastating tragedy.